Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, wanderers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 344, titled Writhing Sacred Veins. Uh, I guess sacred makes sense to be in this chapter title. So yeah, now I feel like a lot of people are gonna be really excited for this chapter because we have a return of a couple of fan favorite characters, characters who people like but really disliked how they were handled in the previous arc. I don't know, pick whichever one you want. But yeah. Anyways, let's begin with this chapter. As we first start the chapter off with a flashback, as we have Lucius sitting in his chair, like, "Greetings. How do you feel, Morris?" Dun dun dun. So yeah, Morris, for some fucking ungodly reason, is still around, I guess. And we have the narrator saying, "Lucius bloods the destruction and creation of the world. He speaks with the Diamond Kingdom's magic scholar." Pretty much the most preferred captain in the Diamond Kingdom would I change if I was the writer here. But yeah, anyways, we see Morris and he's seen better days, to say the least. Like, we see him with both his legs gone, his right hand gone. He seems to have some scars on the chest. He has to be bandaged up completely. Even his neck seems to have been damaged, which I never really get. Like, why the heck do they have to, like, like, wrap the necks around? Like, beg any kind of wounds on necks. And we see that he lost one of his eyes, as he also is, like, completely covered with it, which means, funny enough, he's even more blind than he was previously, and we also see some scars on his face. So yeah. Morris has seen better days, to say for the least. As then we have Morris, I guess, kind of explain us what exactly is happening, why he is here alive, while the last time we've seen him was being sucked dry by Lucifer to manifest and all that creation stuff, as we get him saying, "Back then, I got mixed up in Lucifer's manifestation. I'm only alive right now because of you, Lucius." So yeah, I guess we have to thank Lucius for that. And although I'm honestly kind of curious on when. Okay, this is clearly happening not that long in the past. Like, this isn't like one of those like before the time skip type of situations. This is like exactly like this is like a few days while Arthur was training it. In exactly the most accurate to say, especially since what we see later. But it's kind of weird how he's right now back to normal. I don't know. Maybe he more just woke up after this. As then we have more saying, "So what do you need from me today?" To that, again, I'm not sure this means that he was actually doing stuff before, and although I can say how useless he is, I'm not sure why he would be even needed. Let's say Moses has to be like one of the most useless captains you can possibly get. As then we have Lucy as telling him, uh, "I want to bring you as much mutual and aid as possible at this time." So yeah, as there we get a dun 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 moment as we see Lucius on his phone, although his phone seems to have changed, or wherever they're staying at seems to have changed, since it seems like the wall that was previously complete, like straight up, seems to have vanished, if I remember correctly, and the phone that Lucius was sitting on now has a different shape, as well as 3 cocoons spurning out, which are currently containing the Dark Triad, which let's be real is the real thing people are talking about. So yeah, I guess all that cocoon theory actually was actually pay off or something. Now there's also gonna be some mentioning on where's the 4th cocoon, since there were 4 cocoons. And for now, maybe the phone is what the 4th cocoon is. It's just that it has a different shape, since unlike the previous ones, the Dark Triad aren't exactly looking in the best state. Or maybe the 4th Cthulhu is like some kind of a mental thing that's actually holding Julius. Or maybe it's somewhere else. Or it's like something that's like beneath it or something. We'll see. Then we get a shot where we see the Dark Triad in. And so yeah, let's talk about some of the things here. First of all, something I pointed out is that it seems like they don't have the symbol of their kingdoms on their grimoires, which some contracted with saying that these are the backs of their grimoires, which means that they will not have their marks because I guess only the front of the grimoire actually has the mark while the back is just the same. Which does make sense why it would be like facing that way, and also that is usually how a grimoire would be facing. Like if it's a closed grimoire, like we see this situation, it would be well, let's use this as an example. Like if a grimoire would be facing this direction, it would be this way normally. But if it was open, it would be this way. So yeah, it makes sense of why there would be the backs. So if the backs do not have grimoire marks, which I'm not certain of, but I'm sure it's mentioned somewhere, maybe it's even shown in a good shot, then I guess it would explain why. It's difficult to say, although it could just be that Tabata didn't like add let's be real here. Tabata has been more up and down when it comes to grimoire designs. The only reason why I feel people are taking more focus on this is because it's more in your face. Now, as for the Dark Triad, well, let's go from least interesting to most interesting. Now, the least interesting one here is, in my opinion, well, no, Dante. So Dante, for the most part, seems to have been seems to have kind of going all over the place with his body magic. It's not as weirdly mutated as it was when before Jack, well, caught him. We'll get into the healing later. There, but it's not like as if he was insane over there as it was when he was going all over the place. He's insane to get the general humanoid shape, but still you can see like Flash going kind of like being kind of mixing together and all that stuff, and you can kind of see him in that one part of the face being a bit more globby. So yeah, Dante, and there's also a bit of a what appears to be a little bit of a wound there, which like a little bit of a cut, which was beforehand when we would say, oh, all the Dark Tribe were defeated. So we have that. Now, the next we have Xena, who we see he's actually fully humanoid, but we see him being a bit cut in piece, well, cut in half, like the way how Xena, well, left him. And we also see that all of his limbs are together, like it's just like his upper torso. We can also just barely see his hand. So he's there where he was. Funny enough, he is. They show have different. He has like a bit of a different covering for his eyes. Well, Dante has like the jerk. Your face is completely covered in black and what pupils. Xena just has like the, just kind of like lines all over the things. But then the one I'm most confused and most interested in seeing is Vanica, who is still covered with that black mana that covered her beforehand, when Majika was manifesting, where the only difference being is that her mouth is, I guess, a little open. It's honestly kind of difficult to say what the heck's going on with this. There's something that I do find very peculiar, because Xenon, as we see him here, is human. He's no longer a devil, or how he looked beforehand. Which some people explain that because of the devil contract being destroyed or failing because beat him. Maybe that he was just losing his demon parts and his body was going back to humanoid. But I do find it weird how Vonica is still in that shape. And while I do think some people are a bit confused on what exactly the black stuff is, because I've seen people saying that's just the burn from Gaja. Here's the thing. I feel like Tabata is a bit of one of those artists who can draw someone being burned to her crypts. Namely, the fact that she still clearly has all the hair. So I do have to wonder if that black stuff really is burns. I'm just saying, I feel like Tabata can draw someone burned to her crypts. And you can't even say it's like a censorship type of situation, because I'm not gonna tell you, even if she was completely, normal, the same way as Xena and Dante are, I feel like she would still be able to hide every one of those details, those censoring details. So I do find Vanica's state right now to be the weirdest and the most confusing one. I mean, how? Maybe further evidence that my theory that there's something deeper with magical, well, between Vonica and Lucius, yes, but yeah. Oh, by the way, Lucius has his grimoire in a similar position as the other three. It's just that he doesn't have them floating above him. He just seems to have them on his knees. So yeah. Now, another thing that people are talking about is, are they being healed, or they just gonna be left like basically corpses just being dragged for this plot? Well, for the Lucius's plan. I don't really know. I feel like the way Jack caught Dante, which to be fair, we haven't seen it, but I feel like the way Jack would cut Dante most likely would be like a giant wound. Like Dante and Xena should have like the same type of wound, just like in the upper like angles, if most. So I do find it weird how Dante is more or less like kind of like healed, just like a little bit of a neck wound kind of cut. So I do want think that they are being healed, but with Xenon, still being in four pieces, it does kind of question how long this is gonna take. Maybe there's something else being done with their bodies to make them even stronger or something. As I'm not certain. And like again, like I always said, God knows what the heck's happening to her. So yeah. Anyways, then we have I guess Lucius bringing Morris a little closer to touch his chest as he uses the magic he did. As we see Morris's hand and legs all coming back, as we even see the bandages they're just completely going off. As we have Morris starting to be like, ha, magnificent! I was blind before, but these eyes of mine can see now. This is a level far beyond me recovering magic. You've created human bodies. So yeah, Morris is getting catch up to speed finally. And yeah, I'm guessing the reason why he said this is above the level of recovery magic is because recovery magic cannot heal something that's been long gone. Like Mimosa can heal, would have been able to heal the more he was dying, or he was probably dead for a second or two. But she would not be able to like get his sight back, for example, which makes me kind of think the reason why he was there to be blind is purely by to have this difference be shown. But yeah. Anyways, then we have more saying this magic is truly like the power of God. Now I can conduct another experiment. As then we see Lucius shutting the Morse up as he taps his head to like, dude, your experiments are just failures. I mean, remind me what happened to the Diamond Generals? All my brother's superior recoveration? Yeah, failures. So yeah, as then we see Morris directly acting like he's brainwashed 100%. As then Lucius tells Morris, your magic science and your modification magic, use them to the fullest for the sake of the world peace. I guess when he was touching him, he was also giving him instruction because Morris just walks up and goes away to say, yes, of course. I hope that Morris at least puts clothes on. But yeah, since he's not just in his underwear. But yeah. So what this experiment what more Lucius needs more maybe to make whatever plan Lucius has superior. Since if it takes a while for it to get to going, like it did for Judge Clarify, maybe modification could make it so it would work faster, or maybe whatever the fuck is happening to the Dark Triad would be grant them the ability to get to heal and get stronger faster, whatever he's planning. There we have a shot of Lucy just kind of sitting, as he says, Sister Lily. As we see Lily showing up, and she seems to be wearing, I'm going to assume, like a Spade Kingdom nun outfit. I mean, you can tell there's a bit of a difference because of the shading, well, the color, well, the gray color on the clothes, but I'm going to assume they're supposed to be like Spade non outfits or something. I'm not certain. Also, she has her gray more out than she usually has, like, straight up has a belt. And there have Sister saying, what's wrong, Lucia Sama? Do you want me to do something for you in bed? No, that just I'm trying to make this because it's kind of funny how he calls her for the first thing. Not Damnatio, not the unknown shining gem of his hair, but her. And then we have Lucy saying, far, far away from this land, the future is beginning to shake in an island nation of the land of the sun. As they we get a shot of the land of the sun from like an bird's perspective, and it's pretty much just like I think just supposed to be like a straight up Japan shape and how it would look like if you look at Japan, but I'm uncertain. I'm not looking at the map. And then Lucia is telling her, this future is inconvenience. It is a threat to world peace. As in, he says, my partner, will you eliminate this unstable future for me? And Sister is like, yes, and she's smiling at him. As then we see a shot of, well, to the present, as we see Lily, Heath, and that other guy approaching. Which again does make me wonder if Lily is the only paladin here, with the other two just being these perfected humans or whatever they're supposed to be. Or like, not 100% near perfected humans. There's a bit of a thing with wordings here. So yeah. Anyways, then we have them coming to like a village, as we have Cicely saying, let us eliminate all of the groundless fears he bears. Lucius Summer cannot make a move right now. As then I have the he'd be like, yes, ma'am, we can't allow anything to take up even a fraction of Lucius Summer's time. Which is I find enough probably even no time, because he can probably just stop everything with his time stop, except for our stuff because of magic, but that's besides the point. So yeah, anyways, then we have Lily and Heath flying, as then Heath's like, "Oh, Tom, there's not a soul to be seen." So yeah, pretty much as I've been saying since we've come to understand, Heath says this is weird. Now, to be fair, maybe this is because of loose. Are you telling anyone, there's gonna be a fight. Leave now for your safety, or maybe this is supposed to be something more deeper. It's difficult to say because time jumps and all, but that's what's going on here. As there's Sisterly looking at something, and she's like, "Over there!" And we see that shrine that's been shown a few times. So I guess this is the same village as Yami. Well, this is Yami's village in the Land of the Sun. As then we have those two approaching that, those three approaching that shrine. As then we have Heath extend his arm. As then we see him use some ice magic to break it, to break the shrine away. As then we have Lily saying, "Would you please, Yurulu?" I guess this is the name of this paladin guy named Yurulu. As they have this guy be like, "Ooh-hoo!" As we have him going through the grimoire, which I do wonder if Yurulu is a mistranslation, or if this is a completely new character. Uh, because I'm not certain. Like, yeah, this character resembles Radies and Revici a lot, so some people thought it was like timescape version of them. But if Yurulu is his actual name, I guess that's not the case. It's Lily still has her proper name, and although we don't know of Heath if he has his real name, I don't see the logic of giving them new names. So it's either a translation error where this is actually the Radies or Yurulu, or this is I don't know. I'm going to assume that the devils who are 100% loyal to Lucius will probably be allowed to like exist in their human bodies, like exist in their being in control of the human bodies, like similar to how the elves were. Because again, like, why would a drama like work for Lucius if he was gonna just become like sacrificed to be for I don't know for whoever to be a paladin? I don't see the logic of this unless it like, to be fair, John Mac might just become a straight up paladin instead of just going into instead of just going into a need to go into a human body. But again, like, if a John Mac is going to become, but again, I feel like some demons, if they're going have to go into human bodies to become this perfect humanity, they are going to be should be allowed to be in control of the body instead of just being like how Beelzebub is right now, where it seems like he's more just a Lily. It's just that the loyalty is towards Lucius. Anyways, then we have Uriel using a spell called Beast Magic. Holy How! Which some people are saying this is a devil's magic attribute, because there was one because apparently there's like one in mythology, there was one devil who is like the opposite of Vata, or the devil counterpart to whatever, to the tree of life and all that. Like, I think explain it better. So just watch his video and explain how this works. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like the idea here, but we'll see. Anyways, then we see him using this spell. As then we see, like, I guess something waking up. I'm not certain exactly what's going on. There's a bit of a confusion of what's exactly is the situation here. As he's creating something, or if this is supposed to be like some kind of control spell of animals. But anyways, we see five things emerging. And then we see like a big splash of water as we see well, the best way to describe it, the dragon from mythology coming into play as we see this five-headed dragon again, well, the hats of the five-headed dragon all coming out. And yeah, we see one dragon has like a, it kind of has like a swordfish kind of face. Then we see one dragon, the main dragon head that seems to have five eyes. Then we have one dragon has like kind of a weird horn. Then we see just one that looks like a generic dragon. As then we see another one that's kind of like the like the big fat dragon. So emerging from it, as then we have a bit of a, which I feel like it's supposed to be a bit of a size perspective shot where these five hats are like so bigger that they literally look like it's like one of these hats is bigger than the fucking demon gods, or at the very least that size. It's difficult to tell since there's a bit of a change in sizes and all that. But anyways, then we have the Sister Lily, I'm gonna saying, with the the holy dragon's ball. Let the land of the sun become the foundation of world peace. So I guess this dragon is going to destroy everything. They're gonna use it for that. Not sure if they were aware of that or it's just something they assumed, but yeah, that's what's going to be happening now. And then we get a double page spread where we see I'm guessing Ichika saying, "I can't believe it. I never thought I'll see the day I'll be face to face with the five-headed dragon of legend." As then we see five of the Yuzu seven there, as we have Ichika saying, "As long as the Yuzu seven exists, you will not lay a finger on the land of the sun." As we see all Ichika, the other thing we were introduced to when Asta was training, a new character who's basically the elegant beauty kind of female character of the Japanese inspired moments. And when they take place, because for some fucking reason, every fucking character who has to be introduced in a Japanese themed arc or anything has to always be like one of the one of the tropes. Seriously, I'm pretty sure they introduce the same fucking characters all the time. So yeah, we see them. But then we cut to a bit later, of course, from the land of the sun, where again we get like a really good perspective shot, just how giant the fucking dragon is. We see like mountains looking small, but the dragon has even far away are really fucking bigger, like bigger than mountains. So yeah, and then we cut to where Asta is, as then we have someone saying to Asta, who's all beaten up and puffing on the ground, telling Asta, hey, what do you think you're doing? You're fighting me, the strongest of the User 7. I don't give a shit about whether you are determined or gutsy or whatever. Just show me your strength. As we end this chapter with this guy who looks like a very, the generic rough swordsman standing there as he's like having his katana right at his shoulders. We see another one, I'm guessing another user 7. They're like playing his, well, I think they're called Semishan or something. As he has plants around him, so I'm guessing this guy has plant magic or something. Or maybe music magic, one of the two. As then we have Nero saying at the end, as the enemy closes in, the strongest man stands in Asta's way. So yeah, I guess this guy at the end is supposed to be the strongest of the Uyuzu 7, which is not exactly what most of us expected since we all thought Ichika was going to be the strongest. But to be fair, I find a theory about people saying that the reason why this guy was introduced was just so Ichika would not be needed to be humbled, because this guy is supposed to be the strongest, to be the more accurate one, and we all see if this guy really is the strongest or not. So yeah, end of chapter. Now this chapter overall was a pretty decent chapter. It reintroduced characters that we wanted to see reintroduced and more for some reason. And it does give us more like finally revealing to us what he meant when he said siblings, or at least give us to see that his siblings are in some way back. Back then, we still have no idea what the heck is going on with them in full extent, but needless to say, we have them there. And we also finally get to see, well, we get a good shot of two of them, and a very, well, a bit more of a far away shot of one of the 7. And we also got to see a bit of that five-headed dragon. Pretty cool. I do hope we actually get to see that five-headed dragon in the cover instead of, something, I don't know, a cover the cover page we usually get at the beginning of chapters. I mean, seriously, for God's sakes. I know that it's difficult to combine volume covers and the stories and all of art for stay at that. But come on, do we really need a bunch of chapters where it's only just like the cover page I used for a chapter, the color page I needed for a chapter, put on a volume with adding one fucking character in. Like, seriously. We only have them 2 in a row, let's not make it 3 in a row. But yeah, anyways, we have this guy. So yeah, anyways, as for what I think is gonna happen next chapter, I don't know. My idea is that one of the characters is gonna be used as father. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, in a way, I kind of get the feeling like the dragon will be used as father to show off the use of seven, since I don't think there's gonna be beaten off panel. Although I'm not certain, or maybe one of the two paladins with Lily is gonna be used. Like Lily, I feel like is kind of safe because of the importance, and I feel like Arthur should be the one to bring her back, not these Yuzu, Whatman, and Jigas. Like I don't care how powerful they are. Like I don't think they should be the ones to defeat Lily. It should be Asta. So we'll see on that front. Not to mention the fact that their strongest isn't even there apparently, according to his words. So yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go. Although to be fair, it's also possible that we're gonna spend the next couple of chapters focusing on Asta training and beating this guy, and then going there, and maybe we'll get some seeing what the hell's going on. But we'll see on that front. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you like my chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.